I am so grateful that trans and gender expansive kids have access to the knowledge and medical care to be their full selves and thrive. To not only deny them life-saving medical care, but to charge and prosecute supportive parents and healthcare professionals is barbaric.
This video is brought to you by The Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. Get the merch link in the description section. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 50% off items right here on the clearance rack. Man, all your favorite stuff, we doing 50% off. I'm almost ashamed, but we got brand new stuff that we're trying to bring out that's actually off the chain. And so get that stuff out of here so we can get some new products in. My book is available right now for $25 for the signed copy. And we have all of the Tatum new premium merch. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best quality jacket you're going to get, and flannel. And we got some of the new products called Love. We got our Love line coming out, our noggin hats. I mean, all these things that we have available for you are high quality. We ship them within 24 hours or 48 hours, depending on if it's a weekend. And you're going to get the best product in the conservative movement. So go on, link is in the description section. Use discount code GODFIRST. Get 20% off the entire store. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live, make a video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome back to the Officer Tatum Show. Tennessee legislators move ban on child sex changes forward. Move ban on child sex changes forward. It says Tennessee lawmakers are one step closer to banning the practice of child sex change procedures in the state. The bill SB 0001, which would ban pediatric medical transition in Tennessee, is quickly moving forward after having passed a Senate committee with an 8-1 vote on Wednesday. It is now headed to the Senate Judiciary Committee on Tuesday. And from the very beginning, the doctors were negligent, said Chloe Cole, an 18-year-old detransitioner from California who is permanently scarred from having a double mastectomy surgery to remove her breasts at 15 years old. They treated me as if I were an adult who was capable of making informed, lifelong decisions that would affect every area of my life, from socializing or socialization and relationships to sexual function and my ability to have children. According to the local news station News Channel 5, the committee held in Cordell Hull in Nashville was met with a packed audience. The bill will still need to clear additional committees in the House and Senate chamber before it is reviewed by Governor Bill Lee.
My name is Amber Mum. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a member of the St. Cloud Hive of the Parents and Allies of Trans Youth, the Transgender Movement for Liberation, and a member of the Tea Time Support Group run by the Aliveness Project. I am also a proud transgender woman, but more importantly, I am the mother of 2 wonderful transgender and gender expansive children. I drove down from St. Cloud to show my support for House File 146 and thank Representative Finke for introducing such an important and life-saving bill to protect trans children and their families at such a critical time for us. As you may be aware, there's a torrent of damaging, ill-informed, and outright malicious legislation being introduced across the country, targeting transgender and gender-expansive people broadly, but trans children in particular. It is our daily experience to be forced to keep track of which state is safe for us to visit. Minnesota has been overall very accepting and supportive of our family, but even then we don't feel 100% safe and assured that we will be able to get the gender-affirming care that both of my kids need and deserve. Very recently, an amendment was proposed to House File 16 in Minnesota, which bans children's conversion therapy in an attempt to ban essential health care for transgender children. This happened in our state. Because of this, my trans partner and I frequently discuss plans to flee the country if these targeted, hateful bills keep being introduced or passed. I never thought that it would come to this, but here we are. Even in a state that is considered safer for trans children and their families, being forced from our homes and having to seek asylum elsewhere is an almost daily conversation in my community. As someone who started transitioning well into her adulthood, I know better than most how essential and life-saving gender-affirming medical care is. Going through natal puberty was a traumatizing experience for me. I am so grateful that trans and gender-expansive kids have access to the knowledge and medical care to be their full selves and thrive. To not only deny them life-saving medical care, but to charge and prosecute supportive parents and healthcare professionals is barbaric and morally repugnant. House File 146 would give parents of transgender children like myself, and more importantly, transgender and gender expansive children themselves across the nation, a safe haven and in an overwhelmingly supportive community. I urge the committee to move House File 146 forward and ultimately pass it to protect the rights and futures of our beloved and precious transgender children and their families. Thank you.
Can you believe that? I mean, I think people should lose their license. You know, it's very weird about this whole thing. It's like, is it money or is it morality or the degradation of morality? Why would you think a kid could make a decision like that? And why would you want a kid like there's no way in the world my 12-year-old son can tell me anything. I'm like, listen, boy, you've been around for 12 years. And in 2 of those years, you were subconscious. You're living in subconscious world. It's like you don't really know what's going on. And I know as an adult that things are not permanent, that your feelings are not permanent, that things that go on in your life are not permanent. Give it time. It will change. All of your best friends that you had in middle school, many of them you would never talk to again. Life changes. People that are alive today ain't alive tomorrow. So as a kid, if you feel some type of way, that will necessitate you to have surgery, remove your boobs, breasts, I guess is a better term, remove your genitalia for men at 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. Who authorized that? What person that practiced medicine went to school and got an education in pediatric medicine or whatever you want to call it, and you thought that was a good idea? And you know the statistical data shows that these kids grow out of these phases of transgenderism, homosexuality, all of the above. They grow out of it. I remember I used to want to be like Michael Jordan. I quit playing basketball in middle school because I kept fouling out the game and I couldn't dribble with my left. You couldn't pay me to think that I wasn't going to be a Michael Jordan one day. Man, I changed the way I think. I no longer think the same way. I no longer value the same things. I was a kid. I didn't know what was going. I mean, I'm 35 and I still feel like there's so much more to learn. So many people that I know that are much older than me that are much wiser, because you have to have experience. As a young man, if you somehow think that you gay, you need to have experiences before you make that determination. You need to go through puberty. You need to give it a try to date women first, at least. Then you will know, okay, I don't like women, then maybe I should be celibate. I wouldn't say you should be with a man. But at least have some experiences first before you make a decision that's so final. I remember if you left it up to me, sometimes I would say, I hate my daddy. I wish he died. When you're a kid, you be saying stupid stuff like that. Now, if my wish came true, that would be the most devastating thing that ever happened to me in my life. One of the most devastating things that happened in my life. But when you're a kid, you're just compulsive. You're angry. You're upset because daddy told you to wash the dishes. Daddy told you to fold the clothes and you didn't fold them because you're being lazy and you halfway doing stuff, and he knock the clothes off the couch back onto the floor and make you refold everything. Now you mad at him because you don't understand the concept of doing things right. Being methodical about the things you do, taking pride in what you do. You don't understand that when you're young. Then when you become a man, you realize, oh, that's why my daddy made me wash dishes. That's why my daddy taught me how to iron clothes. That's why my father wouldn't just let me get away with these things. That's why my father wouldn't just let me go out with my friends and whenever I come, because he understood the dangers that were out there that I didn't understand. And for people to let these young girls have mastectomies, it's crazy to me. And parents, now I can see how parents can get tricked, but these are the same parents that are dumb enough to be their kids' friends. But I can see how people trick the parents. They go, oh, they're going to commit suicide. And as a parent, you know, you don't want your kid to commit suicide. You know, you can't, that's worse than them being a transgender. You know, so you may be willing to do some things you wouldn't normally do if a doctor that you trust because you believe everything somebody tell you, and you're probably not a really efficient parent in the first place. But moving on, if you are to, you know, be a parent like you're supposed to, you could reason with your children and talk to them and allow them to express themselves so you can get to the bottom of the way they feel. Because there's no way in the world a kid pre-sex understands what they're attracted to. What you mean you're attracted? When you're 7 years old, you're attracted to boys? And what you want to play? You want to push cars around with them? I mean, what are you attracted to? His body? Is it you attracted to a 7-year-old body? You're a kid. Y'all kids. Y'all ain't attracted sexually. Unless you get predisposed, I mean, not predisposed, but you get exposed to sexuality at a young age, then maybe that could be the case. But that's because that's manipulation. That's not, you're not born that way. When I was 7 years old, I wasn't thinking about, oh, I'm attracted to a little 7-year-old girl. I mean, I had seen stuff on TV, so I was attracted to women. But of course, I was a kid. I didn't know what to do with a woman. Well, kiss her? You know what I mean? I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what was going on. And you know, and for all of us on here, that's, you know, you were born during the day, but not yesterday. You know, when you were a virgin and you have ideas about what would this be like? When you actually experience that, isn't it different than what you thought it would be? That experience can dictate how you proceed moving forward. And when you're a kid, you don't have that experience to decide who you love and who you're sexually attracted to. You're not even at 15, you don't know what's going on. Anyway, I didn't beat that dead horse to a pulp.